everybody, Lucas Haneman here. Welcome to an NPD, New Pedal Day version of Guitar Tone Tuesday. I'm so excited to have this thing in my hands. A modified version of the version 3 Kingsley Minstrel, built by Simon Jarrett from British Columbia, Canada. Now, I met Simon back in 2011 at a music festival in British Columbia. He was coming off stage, I was going on stage. He said, "How about you plug into this amplifier I made?" And lo and behold, I will say that life has become expensive since then, because I got addicted to Simon's gear, and I ended up buying one of his tube amplifiers back when he was still making those, and I use it a lot to this day. But that year, 2011, for Christmas, my lovely father got me version 1 of the Kingsley Minstrel pedal, and I fell in love. It's the best sounding overdrive I have ever experienced in my life, and this pedal is no exception to that rule as well. This pedal is a little bit different because it's made to run on 9 volts DC, whereas the old pedal was 12 volts AC, so a little bit harder to power. So thinking about longevity, thinking about how much I love that original pedal, I still use it all the time, I thought about getting a modified, newer version of his Kingsley Minstrel pedal. So this one runs on 9 volts, as I said, and it's much easier to power with a power supply like a Shiox or anything like that. This pedal, it has controls for volume, gain. There's a more function, which we'll get into, and then you've got treble, middle, bass. Now, down here, we have a couple of switches. This is a sizzle switch, and you're going to hear it both in the middle setting as well as the high sizzle setting later in the video. Sizzle is basically like adding treble frequencies to your tone. And then we have this gain switch here, which changes the mode from a low gain pedal to a higher gain pedal. There's also some other functionality over here, which we'll get to as well later in the video. We're going to start by hearing this pedal with a 335 style guitar made by Eastman, an Eastman T185 MX, in a low gain setting, the way I would usually use it. So let's hear that to start. Now, as you may or may not be able to see on this pedal, there's actually 2 holes. Usually it has 2 buttons. It has the on and off switch, and then there's this more function, which is usually controlled by a switch over here. But generously, I told Simon that with me being a visually impaired performer, sometimes finding my pedal board can be tough, let alone finding two buttons on a single pedal. Sometimes I'll hit the wrong button by mistake. So he generously filled that in a very nice and discreet way. And he made me this. This is an extension pedal, which goes after the pedal, to turn on and off the gain, the more function for the gain. So basically what this is, in its normal enclosure, is two pedals in one. It's a beautiful overdrive pedal with a more function, and he just made that for me separately so I can separate them a bit on my pedal board, which is really, really sweet. So let's hear very similar kind of, just slightly gainier sound, but with the more function turned on and off. I think you guys are going to be able to hear when I engage it and disengage it. Same guitar, same amp. Here we go. So practical for gigging. I mean, it's really an all-in-one solution for your overdrive needs, this thing. It's amazing. That more function, kick it on for solos, it's just fantastic. I love it. And I got to say, one special feature that Simon threw in here just for me is he put this little mini toggle here. So if I want to just use this pedal standalone without the extension, I can just turn it on and off, in a studio setting or whatever with this switch myself. Which is so cool. I mean, I gotta say, yes, you invest a little bit more for pedals like this. They're pretty expensive for sure. But man, to know the guy who goes behind it, and for him to be able to modify pedals for specific players like myself, I mean, it means so much, and I don't take it for granted at all. Simon is an amazing human being and just a fantastic player in his own right, absolutely. So let's go for some high gain now. So we're gonna flip the pedal up into the high gain setting, and then we're gonna put the sizzle pot, or the sizzle switch, I should say, all the way up. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna make my humbucker guitar react in such a way where it's gonna sound tight. The trebles will be a little bit more pronounced. And I tried to set this sound up so that my neck pickup almost sounded stratty, for lack of a better term, nice and bright. And I dialed back the tone control on my bridge pickup a little bit. And again, we're going to go for the more function engaged and disengaged. Let's check it out. Let's hear some more wild sounds from this Minstrel version 3. One thing that makes this pedal different than the original Minstrel is that the original design had two 12AX7 tubes to push the pedal into high voltage. Whereas this pedal, you can see there's a little vent on the side here. It just has one 12AX7 and it has an FET transistor to push the pedal into the second gain stage. And I think it sounds just a tiny bit tighter than the original design. One thing I like that tight sound for is using a single coil guitar and setting the pedal for just edge of breakup sounds. Especially useful with an amplifier like this. This is a Princeton Reverb style amplifier made by Vintage Sound. It's a Vintage 20. Now, it's a very clean amp. Sometimes in recording contexts, it can be very nice to just have ever so slight breakup on top of a clean sound, because it can sound very musical in a mix. Sometimes a clean sound can sound just a little bit anemic, just by itself. So let's show you guys, for the final playing example, I'm going to pick up my Melanson Vintage Artist Strat style guitar, mainly on the neck pickup, a bit of bridge pickup too. We're going to go back and forth between this pedal being off and on with the very mild breakup sound. And I want you guys to let me know what you guys think about this pedal in the comment section below. Let me know, do you have any experience with Kingsley pedals, or if you're so fortunate, Kingsley amplifiers made by Simon Jarrett. That's about it for this week. We shall see everybody again next Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.